Hey everybody, it's Brad at Dayport Brothers LLC out in Versailles, Ohio. Going to do another walk around video followed by an operational video on this 1989 Case 1818 skid steer that came in and we're putting up for sale. Like always, I'll walk around, I'll talk about the features and functions. I'll get up close to everything, I'll show you everything that I see, tell you everything that I know, then of course we'll fire it up, run it through its paces, show you what play it has up in those front pins, let you hear the engine, show you the hydraulics are strong, show you it turns strong. As always, if you were in the market for a used skid steer, a used piece of construction equipment, or a used piece of ag equipment, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Your likes and subscriptions help other people who are looking for equipment find our videos and find our machines, and we truly, truly do appreciate it. All right, like I said, this one is a 1989 Case 1818 OROPS. It's got the H pattern case controls, Kubota diesel engine, 2,728 pound operating weight and 650 pound lift capacity, 2,312 hours on a working hour meter. We traded this machine in just here a little while ago. Was a one owner machine. Actually, I guess technically you could call it two. The dad bought it new. He had a small landscape company, then his son bought the landscape company off of him, and we traded it in from the son on a newer, bigger skid steer. Here in a little bit, we'll fire it up. We'll show you. There's a little bit of play up here in these front pins. More so, it's in that coupler system that how Case had. There was just always going to be some play there, the way those couplers work. But not awful. There's a little bit of play. You'll see it here in a little bit. Nothing I wouldn't expect for an 89 model machine with 2,300 hours. Kind of getting up close and seeing the yellow paint. As you can see, it's a little faded. It's got scuffs and scratches. It's not a new machine by any stretch of the imagination, but loader arms are nice and straight, just scuffs and scratches here and there, paint chipped off. It's 30-some years old. Again, here, scratchy, but pretty darn straight. No major dings, just scratches and chips in the paint and everything like that. But like I said, starts up and runs pretty good. It's like all of these older Kubota diesel engines. You have got to glow plug it, but as long as you glow plug it for a little while, it starts up and then runs great. Looking at the front tire on this side, I'm gonna say we're 40% or better tread life. I think I'm being very fair there. These little tires, they don't start with a super aggressive tread depth to begin with, so I think I'm being very fair. They're probably actually a little better than that. Little bit of weather checking here and there, nothing awful. Stepping back, looking at that front rim, as you can see there in that center dish, has some paint peeled off, and then there's quite a few dings around the edge of the rim on this side. Looks like this tire is tubed. It's got a tube in it. Holding air good, but there are quite a few dings around the edge of that rim there. Looking at the rear tire on this side, a little different tread pattern and a little more tread depth on this rear. I'm going to say it's just a little better than that front. It's a muddy mess out here on our lot, so it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but there's not really much weather checking that I'm noticing here on this tire. And then as I take a step back, again, some of that paint peeled off in that center dish, but the rest of the rim is a lot straighter than that front one. Not as many dings and stuff around the edge of that rim. And then as you see in here on the side of the frame, just some paint chipped off and scratchy, nothing out of the ordinary there. Fairly straight back here on this rear corner. Coming around to the back, looking at that back door, again, scratched up, nothing out of the ordinary there. A couple little dings. There's a little bit of a ding here in this one section there. A couple of those little ribs in that grill guard are kind of bent in a little bit. Again, not going to win any beauty pageants, but does seem to be a decent running machine. Kind of get up close to the cylinder. I say with any old used machine, I'm sure if you go over it with a fine-tooth comb, you're going to find some seeps somewhere. But this cylinder here looks good and dry. And I've kind of looked around. The other ones all seem to be pretty dry as well. Looking on this rear corner, again, kind of the same. Just scuffs and scratches and paint chipped off. But no huge dents or dings there. Looking at the rear tire on this side, I'm going to say this one is the most worn of the three for sure that we've already looked at. I'm gonna say this one's probably more like 20% tread life, 25. There's some weather checking, couple little nicks here and there, weather checking across the sidewall there. That rear rim's, that center dish of this rear rim's a little better than the other side. Probably been repainted a long time ago, but does have some dings around the edge of the rim. Again, probably a tube tire holding there. There's a big ding there, as you can see. And then this front one on this side is probably, I'm gonna call that one 10-15% tread life. Not awful there on weather checking, but that tread life is getting wore down. Sidewall is a little better on this one than that one was. And then as you see, as I step back looking at that rim, again, that paint in that center dish is chipped off, flaked off, and then kind of all around. Not as many big dings around the edge of the rim, but, and then in here on the side of the frame, again, just paint chipped and scratches here and there. This cylinder here, that one might be dripping just a little bit. Looks just a little wet right there. Loader arm on this side, again, matches up well to the other side. Just scuffs and scratches, paint chips, nothing out of the ordinary. It is an 89 model machine. I don't see anything that looks like it's been cracked or welded on the loader arms. Looking back down there, I don't see anything from up here that looks like it's been welded. Looking at that bucket, fairly straight bucket. Cutting edge is starting to get wore back a little bit on the edges, but there is some life left there, and that's just a weld-in cutting edge. I don't see any major bows or dents or dings in the bucket. A little, maybe right back there, it's been patched in the back. I don't know how well you guys can see that. I'm gonna take a look inside the engine compartment here. All right, a couple fins on that cooler there, bent just a little bit. Radiator, all those fins look pretty good though. Like I said, this is the pre-emissions Kubota diesel engine. Runs good. Like I said, it's like all the Kubota engines of this era. You've got to glow plug them, but then once they start up, they run good. Pretty clean on the top here. Maybe just a tiny little bit of moisture right there on top of the injection pump. I did notice it's missing the cap there on the air breather. We looked it up, that part, the cap is no longer available. So, couldn't replace that, just that cover right there. Other than that, like I said, there just looks like a little bit of moisture right by that injection pump, but not bad. Everything over here looks fairly dry. Kind of hard to get in too close here, but nothing out of the ordinary over here. Again, it is an 89 model machine. Go take a look at the operator station here. Seat looks good. I don't see any cuts or tears there in that seat. Down here, floorboard, everything looks good there. Throttle and your kill cable. These things are a little hard to climb in and out of. Oh, how well you guys can see there, but 2,312 hours. Stick on this side, everything looks good. Like I said, it's the case H pattern controls. Same thing over here. Everything looks good on this side. Got your latches, safety latches. Everything up here, nothing looks like it's been busted or welded on either side up here. That little step's pretty good. All right, like I said, it's a 1989 case 1818, 2,312 hours on a working hour meter. Lots of photos on our website. That's listed down below in the description. If you have any questions, comment down below. We'll try to answer them for you. We'll fire it up, get right into an operational video.